Hey guys, Fred the Guitar here, and I'm going to show you my top 10 CD albums you should probably own. Well, now I'm going to sound like an ass, so... Anyways, these are the top albums that I own in my top 10 albums, so it's more like, yeah, this is my first time, so it's kind of hard. So, we got number 10, The Clash, London Calling. Now, this is probably one of my favorite punk rock albums out there. It's a compilation. It has about 18 tracks on one CD. I bought this for $2 at some record store downtown, and it was, I don't know, it seemed like a good buy. It has a good selection of everything on here for really cheap. You can still find this around. It's been released by Epic, and it's basically 2 records on one CD. It has some really good stuff on here, like The Guns of Brixton, London Calling, Spanish Bombs, which is good. I don't know, I really like this album, I think. I mean, it's one of the better ones out there in terms of what The Clash put out. Because it's basically everything they did that was good, pretty much. I don't know, this was a really good buy for me. I don't know about you guys. You guys can comment down there what you think about The Clash. Okay, number 9, we got Remastered Rubber Soul by the Beatles. Now, I know some people are going to go, it's the remastered version. It's not as good as the mono and whatnot. I saw this at Starbucks, and they were actually selling it at Starbucks. I'm like, why not actually own a remastered Beatles album? I mean, I already have all the vinyl and all the tapes and some CDs, but Rubber Soul is personally my favorite. So, I don't know, I really like it. The sound quality is important to me, but it doesn't really matter when you have the Beatles, right? I mean, they're big. They're the biggest band in the world, and their songs really, it doesn't matter if I listen to it on some shitty copy tape or a remastered version of it. I really don't care. It's the same songs, the same good old songs, Anyways, I don't know. You should check this out. Okay, number 9. It's a bit weird. Doesn't really follow the selection at all. But is The Legend of Johnny Cash. Now, this is a great album. I'm not even sure why I bought this, but I think it was the cover itself. I mean, look at that, the man in black. It's absolutely genius. And then I actually started listening to it, and it has 21 tracks. I bought this for $8, I think at HMV or something. I'm not sure. $8, 21 tracks. You got all his big hits all the way up to Hurt, which he released in 2003. The 9 Inch Nails cover, which he did perfectly. It comes with a really cool, little booklet here that, there's a lot of history around what he did, recording-wise, where he was born. It's great stuff. I don't know, I really like this album. I got it for $8. I think that's a really good deal. Number 7. Now, for all you Blink fans out there, you gotta realize that before Blink, there was a band, I think, that influenced them the most, well, one of the bands that influenced them the most and made their sounds in the 90s, and that's the Descendants. I mean, these guys are pure pop punk, you could call them, like the early pop punk era. It's, I don't know, they're really good. I think the main singer's name is Milo, and I don't know, he's really, this band isn't bad. It's not bad. It's a good band. I really like this, personally, I really like this one album. It has Everything Sucks on it. I'm the One. So basically, it has 15 tracks at all. They're good hits. I'm not sure if this is a compilation album or it's actually one of their normal LPs they put out. Anyways, number 6, The Offspring. Now, see, Americana. This is probably their best album. I really didn't like any of their new stuff. And this is like one of the last 90s, really good 90s albums, you know, like it has really good tracks, you know, like Have You Ever, and No Breaks, Americana, Pay the Band. These are the really good punk rock songs. And I don't know, if I could, in one phrase, if I could sum up this album, is the 90s. That's it. The 90s punk rock. I don't know. It's a good album. I think I bought it for $5 too at some pawn shop somewhere. I forgot. I'm not sure. Now, another band, number 5, another band that really influenced Blink. I think mostly you could really tell in the riffs and the style of guitar playing, Screeching Weasel. Now these guys are really good. I think they're still around. I'm not sure entirely. I've stopped listening to them after the 90s, but these guys are really good. I'm not gonna lie. They have, like, I bought this for like $8 at some record store downtown, and it has. I think if I own 2 Screeching Weasel records, but this is the one you show on television, City Dream. This is the one to own if you wanna, you know, find out what's up with these guys, and if you might be interested in these guys, this would be the album to own. Or maybe look up on YouTube or something. I don't know. You could probably find their songs on there. Now, going back to some retro music, we've got Dick Dale and his Deltones. Now this, I don't know, I like surf music, and this is probably the best there is. I mean, it has Let's Go Tripping, Miserlou, Take It Off, King of the Surf Guitar. These guys, I don't know, Dick Dale himself, I think he's worn out by now. He's really, I don't know, he's still trying. I think I saw him in like 2008. He came to Vancouver at the Vogue and he played a show. He was okay, like he's just a guitarist, right? But he's burnt out now. But this is a compilation of everything good that he ever did. And I bought this from Neptune Records on Maine. It's honestly one of the best record stores, and it has a lot of good stuff like this. It wasn't that bad. It was like $10. It was worth it. I don't know. I never actually owned any surf music besides on vinyl, so it was nice to have something on CD. Okay, I know a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for saying the following thing, but Green Day's new stuff sucks dick. It sucks. And if for real Green Day fans, it really stopped around Nimrod. After that, it just, you know, bad. Like, I don't know, I remember listening to these guys, their, you know, old stuff. I'm talking about 1039 Smooth, Kerplunk, Dookie, Nimrod, and stuff like that. Like those were the heydays of Green Day. This is their first album ever. Billy put this out when he was 19, and I think these are the best Green Day songs right here. I mean, it's just pure Green Day. It's not even that crap that, you know, like American Idiot or whatever came out recently. I forgot the name. 21st Century Breakdown. That was just shit. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I think this is the remastered version as well. It's really great. You can get it at HFV still for really cheap, and I think they still carry this thing where if you buy this, you also get the second one for like $5, which is Kerplunk. This was really shit. What was that? This was released in '91. You check them out with all really long hair. Anyways, it's really good. It's remastered, better sound quality, singles. It's honestly like the best Green Day album out there, in my opinion. Now, this is probably the best live album ever, honestly, because you just, and I'm a pretty big fan of Nirvana, but when I bought this and listened to it, I mean, you've all seen the Unplugged in New York, right? But this album is just, it has 14 songs, what he played at MTV Unplugged, and it's just genius, man. I don't know, like, this guy, too bad he killed himself, honestly. Too bad he killed himself. He was a really talented guy. Anyways, just I keep doing that. I'm such an ass. I bought this from some record store, and originally it didn't come with the cover, So I had to like bargain my way to the guy. Like he had all these covers in the back or something. I don't know why. And he eventually gave me one for an extra couple of bucks or something. And I don't know, it was worth. I don't want to buy an album without the cover, right? I mean, I don't want to buy it like that. But I don't know. I really like this. I mean, I already have the actual Unplugged on DVD. They sell that nowadays, and it's great. It's great. I don't know. Good stuff. And now, number one. This is probably my favorite album of all time. The first time I heard these guys, their first singles, I think it was like when I was 9 or 10. I like when I was 12, I went out and bought this album, and it was, I don't know. I think it's one of those albums that really changes changed music. I mean, when Nirvana, they destroyed glam and hair metal, and then when Nirvana went out, this, depression music, that's what I call it. This depressive, bad, it wasn't bad, it was good music, but depressive, negative outlook music just went down the drain, and like these guys came out of Britpop era, and that's Oasis with definitely Maybe. These guys, the moment you put on the first track, which is Rock and Roll Star, Shaker Maker, Live Forever, Up in the Sky, Columbia, Supersonic, Bring It On Down, Cigarettes and Alcohol, you immediately feel what they're trying to say, that live forever, you can make anything happen. And I think these guys were from Manchester, from a working class family. I don't think they ever finished high school. They had no prospects, and then Noel Gallagher and like Liam, they formed Oasis in like '91, and they just started playing tunes. And I think there's a lot of plagiarism in this, but honestly, who gives a crap? This is one of the best albums I've ever owned, and I like all these songs. I must have listened to it like 1,000 times. I mean, in terms of plagiarism, let me explain. Rock and Roll Star, that was the main riff on that. That was plagiarized from T-Rex, the T-Rex song. It's so blatant. Shaker Maker, that's completely original. Live Forever original. Up in the Sky, I don't know, you can debate that. There's been some, I don't know, I've seen some similarities, not that big of a deal. Columbia, original. Supersonic, original. Bring It On Down, you could feel some Sex Pistols in that, I don't know, that's what I felt. Cigarettes and Alcohol, that's another T-Rex song they ripped off, and you could, honestly, who gives a fuck? It's great. Digsy's Dinner, that's a good song. They never play that again. For some reason, they never played it live. I've never heard it since 94, 95, and 96. They stopped playing it for some reason. I don't know, for some personal reason. It was a song about some guy, and anyways. We got Slide Away, which is original, and Married with Children. I had a debate with this. Like, people don't really listen, but Married, you gotta listen to this. Married with Children, the main chords played on this are exactly the same as Nirvana's Lithium song, except a different beat. It's really hard to take the similarity, but the chords are completely ripped off from Lithium. Like the E, the A, whatever. But anyways, besides all of that, this is the best album I've ever owned, and I literally, when I feel down, I put this thing on, and I feel great. Anyways, that was my top 10 CD albums you should own, and I think in a while I'm going to put out my top 10 vinyl, maybe top 15, because I've got quite a few. Anyways, for the guitar here, I'm out. See you guys later.